All right, what do we got here? So Ken Klippenstein tweeted, New York Democratic Congressman Tom Suozzi says Zoran Mamdani and every other Democratic socialist should create their own party because I don't want them in my party. Oh boy, here we go. This is only a 6-second clip. What does he say?
Zoran Mamdani and every other Democratic socialist should create their own party because I don't want that in my party.
It's so amazing. The centrists are so arrogant despite the fact that they're the problem and that they are what's being rejected, that we are still effectively in the, it began in 1992, 1996, the Clinton era of neoliberalism and centrism. Like, we're still in that era. That's what the Democratic Party at its core still sort of represents. That's like the default view. And that led to the rise of Trump, just objectively. Like, that's what the Democrats represent, and now Trump was ascended. The Republicans and MAGA were ascended. And for somebody who has repped that loser ideology, he sure is an arrogant blowhard, isn't he? I mean, that's truly incredible, the way he's reacting. And the other thing is, like, hey, dog, we have a literal fascist in the White House now. I don't know if you noticed, but he's building concentration camps and sending innocent people to them. He's bombing multiple different countries on a fucking whim, whether it be Venezuela or Iran or Yemen or Somalia. He's doing a trade war and absolutely destroying the U.S.'s place in the world and creating nothing but more enemies by the day. I can go on. Inflation is out of control. Unemployment is out of control. But again, literal fascist in the White House who's invading Washington, D.C., L.A., Chicago. He's taking National Guard from red states and making them invade blue states on some soft Civil War type stuff. And you got smoke for Zoran Mamdani, the guy who won the Democratic primary for mayor in New York City. Shouldn't you just be saying congratulations and then shut the fuck up? Now, by the way, let's go to this dipshit's record, right? Because this guy is so smug, so arrogant. Ready for this? This guy is, he's Diet-MAGA. That's what he is. He's Diet-MAGA. He voted for the Lake and Riley Act in 2025 with 46 other Democrats. The Lake and Riley Act took away due process for immigrants. Hey, asshole, any regrets? Now that ICE are Gestapo thugs and they're rounding up innocent people and sending them to concentration camps and covering their face because they know they're committing crimes and waiting for people outside of immigration courtrooms, even when the judge dismisses the cases, they still get rounded up. Because these are Gestapo thugs, they're literally hiring like Proud Boys and white nationalists and people with Nazi tattoos. Any apologies you want to give? Taking away due process rights for immigrants, and now you enabled this? You know what else this asshole did? He voted to censure Representative Al Green. Remember when Al Green stood up and Trump said, I have a mandate, and Al Green said, you don't have a mandate to cut Medicaid. He stood up and was shaking his cane at Trump, said, you don't have a mandate to cut Medicaid. Well, then a bunch of traitor Diet-MAGA Democrats, well, I'm against this. I'm going to censure Representative Al Green for making a correct and factual point. Literally standing with Trump and MAGA against one of the only voices trying to protect healthcare for 17 million people who wound up getting it cut, by the way. I don't want to hear from a guy like this who's just wrong over and over. That's like your brand of Democrat is like, you are the dino. You are the Democrat in name only. This party was its most successful under FDR. He is a social democrat, right? He gave us the New Deal. He believed in the power of government to do good. He said, I welcome their hatred, talking about the economic royalists and the moneyed interests, the elites. But this asshole votes for the Lake and Riley Act, votes to censure Al Green. He also, on the issue of Gaza and Israel, oh my God, forget it. Forget it. He criticized UNRWA and he called them anti-Semitic. So he aided and abetted the cutting off of all food aid and medicine aid to Palestinians and paved the way for the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which is nothing but a Mossad op. He paved the way for them to come in there and more mass death in Gaza to happen. That's what he did. So he called UNRWA anti-Semitic and shit like that. And he's voted for all the packages for Israel. During his February 2024 victory speech, Suozzi was interrupted by pro-Palestinian protesters accusing him of supporting genocide. He dismissed such protests as divisive and emphasized finding common ground through bipartisan solutions rather than yelling and screaming. Divisive. So the people against the genocide, that's divisive. It's divisive to stand up against a genocide, but it's not divisive when he decides to shit on Zoran and say, make a new party. How about you make a new party, bitch? How about you make a new party? How about that? There's a reason why the most popular Democrats right now are the ones who fight the most. And the ones who fight the most just happen to be, as a general rule, the ones who lean left. Right? You got Tim Walz, you got Maxwell Frost, you got Jasmine Crockett, you got Al Green. You got a lot of these people who are fighting and are making a name for themselves and doing well. Like, this, I can't. You're the Democrat in name only. You are the Diet-MAGA Democrat. If you are supporting Israel and supporting Netanyahu, you're supporting fascism and terrorism and genocide and ethnic cleansing. This is what I want to make clear. These are not debatable issues. You want to have a debate with me about, Kyle thinks the marginal tax rate should be higher than what I think it should be. Okay, that's fine. We can have that debate. That's a reasonable disagreement. It is not a reasonable disagreement to be on the side of the people shooting children in the face, starving innocent people to death. And that's what he's doing. So we don't need to start a new party. You need to start a new party. You're a dino, a Democrat in name only. You are addicted to losing. And the 1992, 1996 Bill Clinton Democratic Party, it's run its course. I'm sorry. That's why Cuomo lost. He represents the old guard, right? Zoran represents the new guard. I know you feel bad about that because you're part of the old guard. But I'm sorry. The pendulum is swinging, and now it's going to be Democrats who are actually Democrats, who believe in social democracy, who believe in New Deal politics, who believe in fighting for all the marginalized communities, our trans brothers and sisters, our immigrant brothers and sisters. And that's what you see from these scumbags, is they're more than willing to say, the problem was we were too pro-trans in the last election. We were too pro-immigrant in the last election. So let's scapegoat and throw marginalized people under the bus and copy the Republicans. Meet them halfway on everything. But the Republicans have just gone fascist. So what you're doing is you're saying, I'm a half fascist. Hooray! So, fuck this guy. And I hope he gets 1,000 fucking angry phone calls for his disrespect of Zoran Mamdani. And look, I just want everybody to remember this, because here's the thing. They always said vote blue no matter who, right? That's what these centrists always said. But they only said that because they thought, well, us centrists will always keep winning. We'll always beat the lefty because we have most of the donor money and we're more popular. This is what they thought, right? And it's just not true. You're going to lose sometimes. And so the whole vote blue no matter who thing, they lied. They didn't mean it. If they meant it, you wouldn't be disrespecting and putting down Zoran Mamdani. You'd be saying he's the Democrat. He's the one who's leading the party in New York. He won the primary, so everybody should vote for him, right? But you're not doing that. So when they said vote blue no matter who, they didn't mean it. They were lying. They don't actually mean vote blue if the Democrat happens to lean left, to be further to their left. And that says a lot, doesn't it? Because it's funny. There's a lot of us who've had a genuine change of heart about this stuff in the Trump era, where, it really is true. There's no denying. As bad as a Joe Manchin is, for example, he would absolutely be a better president than Trump. It is not hard to be a better president than Trump. He would be horrible, and I'd be arguing against 1,000 things he did, and I would hold him accountable across the board, of course. But there is no way Joe Manchin would be cutting pediatric cancer research and Meals on Wheels. It wouldn't fucking happen. There's no way Joe Manchin would illegally invade the United States of America with the Marines. That wouldn't happen, right? So he wouldn't be trying a coup in Venezuela right now. Okay, so it actually is true. Any Democrat is better. Vote blue no matter who actually kind of makes sense when you really understand and wrap your mind around how extreme and fascist and far right and crazy the Republicans are. But so a lot of us have moved in that direction. But the people who made the argument all along, they actually never meant it. They never meant it. They didn't. And so it's kind of ironic, isn't it? That now it's like all the lefties, all the Bernie people, all the lefties truly believe, hey man, in the face of this, vote blue no matter who, right? But the centrists, the Diet-MAGA types, they would rather beat up on the left all day and scream at Zoran Mamdani all day than fight the fascists and fight MAGA and fight the right. And they're actively undermining the left and helping the right. So they never meant it. It's truly incredible. There's not a principled bone in their body. They don't believe in a fucking thing. They are just Diet-MAGA for political convenience because they think it's savvy politics, right? And it really makes you think, like, I actually think they would prefer Republicans continue to win, fascists continue to win, instead of a socialist, or even a democratic socialist, or even a social democrat. which is wild, bro. That's wild. So again, you guys are the ones who are the problem. You're the dinos. You're Diet-MAGA. You're the ones who are losers. Your time is up. It's over. It's done. I'm sorry, bro. This slick talking, used car salesman looking like asshole. No disrespect, because I sold cars too at one point. But like, I'm sorry. It's a wrap. Your ideology is dead. Your ideology is gone, and it should be. And Zoran is the future, and he knows it, and he doesn't want that to be the case, so he's lashing out. All right, guys. That's the show. I love you all very much. You guys know the drill. Everybody, please click like, click subscribe, click that bell icon so you get a notification every time a video drops. You guys could go sign up for Crystal Kyle and Friends. We've got Taylor Lorenz coming on this week. That should be fun. You can support the show on Patreon. Thank you for those of you who do that. Remember, this is independent media for real. Never talked to an advertiser, never done an ad read, never talked to a billionaire or a PAC or a government or anything like that. Very proud of that fact. You guys make that possible. And go subscribe to the Corn's World YouTube channel. So you could watch the live Kyle and Corn episodes we do every Monday at 8:30. We did a great one last week, by the way. Definitely check that out, or this week, I should say. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out from the other day. It was a real fun one. We talked about Trump's health and a bunch of other shit. And that's all I got for you guys, man. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.